They're still buzzing my feet and freezing my right hand, and they're also freezing this part of my face. I can put my hand here. Well, I guess I should use that hand. I put this hand here, and it feels the chilling shocks right here, and the right side of my face no longer feels it. It feels it a lot there. They're also hitting me here. They're hitting my belly. They're hitting this. I can put my hand here and I feel a force pushing down on it. And I feel vibration. I feel electrical shocks. They're hitting my neck here. They keep hitting my neck. Ah! I can put my whole forearm there. My whole forearm instantly is feeling pain. It is very painful. And my neck no longer feels it. I have to move because they keep moving around and they keep dodging it. That is not a mental illness. That is not a neurological condition. That is not nerve damage. Now they're saying, hey, Kip, tell them that we're going to make you start doing facial tics. So you think Kip has the power of premonition? We are speaking to him using VoiceToSkull technology. He is not a crazy person, but none of you will ever believe him. So we like doing this because it's really funny to see people begging for help and no one helping them. So we're going to start doing facial tics. This is involuntary. If you know Kip is not a liar. And he also does not have Tourette's. And he also does not have epilepsy. So we can do this to you with electrolasers. Carrie Lacrone. Electrolasers do not focus on can focus on a single person and a single person body part. You are such a stupid individual for your email a long time ago, or a while back, that Kip was looking at when he was doing his videos, and you said it would affect the people around you. No, it would not. We can target a specific part of your face, as you're seeing here. But you believe or don't believe, but you are literally letting your son be pushed to suicide, and you are pushing him to suicide yourself. He is not suicidal, but you won't spend less than 10 seconds to put money into his PayPal account so he can get on a plane with his dog and get the fuck out of here. If we followed him, we would be easier to catch. If you've transferred money to his PayPal account now, or at least in the morning when you wake up, after getting a much more comfortable sleep than Kip gets, we would know that you knew, or we would suspect, and we probably wouldn't follow him. And even if we did, you would have a very you have a much easier chance of finding him. If he is dead, you are going to have to find us without using him as bait. Again, we're going to start doing facial tics. We have stopped doing facial tics on Kip. If you know who Kip is, and I know it sounds really weird, I sound like we love doing this to Kip. We love we love acting like we're his, we act like we're like on his side, or we say things because it's like we do asinine things, and this is what we're doing, and we'll actually do arguments for him, but because we're doing it through him, or we're speaking to him, and then he's saying what we're saying, then like who's going to believe him? And it's like we have a great deal of fun watching the frustration of victims trying to get help, or the many other victims who don't even know that the maladies that they're suffering are from us. Like with Robin with the toothache. We did that. Yes, she already has a problem in the area, but we were the one causing that. We were the ones that made her feel sick the other day. We can mimic illnesses. But as I said, we stopped doing facial tics. If you know Kip Lacrone, you know he's the most honest person in the world. He is not acting this out. He is not making this up. He does not have a mental illness. He does not talk about himself in the third person. He is simply saying what we are saying to him via VoiceToSkull, which has been around for over 50 years, and magicians and mentalists use this in magic tricks. When they have a participant think of numbers to use in a magic trick, like when Tyra Banks was using or was picking numbers on her iPhone calculator that a mentalist asked her to think of randomly. In fact, he was broadcasting the numbers to her via VoiceToSkull at a subliminal volume level, which is indistinguishable from thought. We speak to Kip at a very audible level, and we speak to him with multiple people and with sound clips. We're playing a soundtrack, or we're playing a score right now over and over and over. We play the same songs or bits of songs over and over and over again. As I said, he's no longer doing facial tics. Do you think Kip has the power of premonition? I already told you we were going to stop, and then we were going to pick it up again. So we're going to start doing facial tics on him. We've already started doing the blinking. So Kip doesn't even wink. He's not a person that can wink. He never winks at people because it's like he's kind of like the guy in Hot Tub Time Machine 2. He just never, he just doesn't do it. Like Janet can do a wink. Kip can't do a wink. I mean, he can, but like this is involuntary. This is an electrolaser. So Carrie, yes, it not only can target a single individual, but it can target a specific body part. So, not that you'll believe Kip, and not that it matters, because you must want him to kill himself, because if not, you would spend less than 10 seconds to put money into his PayPal account so he can get on a plane and escape this madness. You have literally left him trapped with no other options other than to kill himself, or other options of self-help, which he has refused to do. And it is the most insulting thing in the world that he has pointed out how careful he has been with this, to like write up that Gangstalking document to be as unbiased as possible. And it's probably the most unbiased document that you will ever see, probably from a victim or from anyone with regarding alleging a crime. You will see very few opinions in there, and when there are opinions, he will state that. And it's usually like, at the time, they were trying to make me think this, or I thought that. But then, like, it's very important to note, like, Kip would say, I really don't know. He could have been manipulated. I don't know that he was in on it. I don't know that he was aware of the Gangstalking. And like, you are so insulting towards him by not praising that document and how unbiased it is, and how careful it is written. It's like, you haven't even read it in a very long time. You should take a look at it, but you're not going to. You're going to let your son kill himself or suffer. So, as I said, we're doing these winks, okay? Kip does not have Tourette's, or he's not suffering from epilepsy, and no one is going to respond to this. Or if they do, you're just going to make some dumbass comment. He needs to get on an airplane and get the fuck out of here. Preferably one that people can't follow him on, but those are usually more expensive. But if someone knows of a way to get him on a plane and to get him the fuck out of here, or just send him some money, like a JetBlue ticket to like somewhere can cost like $200 or $300. Like, a lot of you have that money, and like, I'm sure Kip's dad would pay you back, or Kip would pay you back once he could get a job or whatever. He would have no problem. He would have no problem doing that. But he can't get a job when he's like in the middle of fucking nowhere, where his dad has left him stranded with no opportunities to do anything except to suffer or to kill himself. So look, we're going to start doing more on his face. Again, do you think Kip has the power of premonition? Again, he is not acting right now. I am literally talking through him right now using VoiceToSkull. This is actually possible. And look. And we're still buzzing at the feet. Yeah, that doesn't feel very good, does it? So, yeah, that hurts, doesn't it, Kip? This is what the Gangstalking terrorists are saying to Kip, or to me right now. Ha 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 ha. Like, do you think like, you were literally watching someone be electrocuted, and just because you can't see, like you can't see electricity usually, unless it arcs or something like that. Electrolasers use an invisible laser, which is a real thing, to ionize the air to the target, and it can go through walls. This is a real thing. You can look up direct energy weapons, and you can look up Electrolaser. Electrolasers have a beam that is invisible and can shoot hundreds of yards through barriers. Your local law enforcement or nearby government agency or military may have them, and they can be attached to drones. One directed energy weapon, I don't believe it was an electrolaser, I think it was a sonic weapon, was parodied on Brooklyn Nine-Nine like 2 or 3 years ago. These are real things. That was a very large one, and it was a crowd control one. So, and even those can target a single individual, Carrie. They can target more than a single individual, but they can target a single individual. So, Carrie, we're torturing your son and we're sexually and physically assaulting him. Do you literally think he has a power of premonition? Do you think his brain literally thought, oh, I'm going to have a little Tourette's case here? And then so like he's going to have schizophrenic voices and multiple personalities just onset immediately, and then speak to you and then warn you about it? Do you think that literally is feasible? Do you really think that is a rational thought? Like, you are literally letting Kip's life be ruined. And I know that sounds funny coming from a terrorist, but you can literally send him money so that he can get out of here safely with his dog, and you're literally letting us torture both of them. You are the second stupidest bitch in the fucking world. Like, you won't do anything to help your son. Your son is a victim of torture and terror, and you're doing absolutely nothing but treating him like shit and pushing